Hi, my name's Tris and this is Double O'Neill, and this is about model railways if you've just tuned in thinking what's this guy chatting about today, and it's about DCC. I'm getting into it, which for me has been a process which has taken some time to get to the feeling of I'm going to do it. And it came from filming my brother's railway. And he had a lot of huffing and puffing going around with the engines and the diesels, and it sounds incredible, really. But then when I got back and I was doing the editing work, it was fantastic, absolutely fantastic. And I decided I need to get a system. So I looked around, I asked on my live streams, what does everyone use? My brother uses the Merg set, which requires him to do some soldering. And obviously my dad's part of the club, so they do it together. So I just thought, well, I'd like to look at some of the other systems as well. And I found what I felt was, it's not cheap, because you can get some of the DCC control systems a little bit cheaper, but I got the Gauge Master Prodigy system. This is the Prodigy Express 2 DCC box that comes under there, and then you get some paperwork with it, and on the front it's got it all there. So inside the box you do get a few things. You get the main controller, you get a Wi-Fi module, which is one of the reasons why I did it, so I can use my phone to control it, because when I'm recording from a corner I can get the engine going down the other end just by connecting to my phone, and that simply swaps out from this unit. Whilst everything's running as well, you can just do it, which is really cool. I just thought that's modern technology for you, which is really, really good. This unit here can supply a certain amount of power to run a number of trains. I'm not an expert on that, but if you looked at how much decoders can take and maximize them and divided it up, this supply is a, maximum output is 1.6 amps. So it's only a couple of engines. I'm guessing you can probably run with this in one go, but that's okay. You can get boosters and more powerful ones, but I wanted to start somewhere in a way that I can read a manual, get things going and enjoy myself. On the last video we looked at the wiring of my fiddle yard, which was all done for DCC, so I had a kind of a bus line that went down that fed power to everything, and I need to do that on the rest of my layout, and I haven't done that yet, and I'm noticing things because I've been having a go at this. But what I want to do, because I've seen a few videos out there which introduce you to DCC, and to be honest, it's a bit daunting when you've only used the analog systems for however long. You then go into this kind of unknown realm, and actually it's not that bad, and it's pretty simple. It's these two things here, and if you want to, you can add more of them to make the system better and better. And the wiring of your layout, from what I'm understanding, is very, very simple. I looked at my dad's layout, and there's lots of, for him it's simple. For me, there's a little bit to turn your head around on, but when you swap polarities and stuff like that, and what things are doing on points and on sections, and I just thought, well, how about this? Because this looks pretty simple, but a little bit more work required. I think on the initial stages with all the droppers, but I think once you're used to that, it's okay. So yeah, let's talk about it. So I've got the Gauge Master Prodigy Express system with the 2 at the end of it, which has got the Wi-Fi module included as well. I got it from Rails of Sheffield, so I've got that packaged really, really nicely. Really, really pleased with that. The Wi-Fi bit is really easy to use. You look for Wi-Fi for what you'd normally be using at home. So you go, I've got an iPhone, so I click settings, Wi-Fi. I found this box. It was like an MRC whatever. Clicked on that, connected up with it on the app. The app on my phone, it's a really simple app. I got the light version because you could spend £8 or £9 to get a fancy one. But the one I found was Wii Throttle Lite, this one, but I think it's called Wii Throttle. But I typed in Prodigy DCC and it came up with that one. On the information that comes from Gauge Master, it doesn't actually tell you specifically, look up this app. Fine, I guess that's always going to change. It keeps it future-proofed. But once on the app, it's pretty cool. You have to connect up. So at the moment, I'm just kind of come out of here. I can pick the engine that I want to run. I can go at different speeds on it, and you can just have some fun. Pick all the F functions, and very easily on this. So it's kind of cool through Wi-Fi with your phone, modern technology. I can be crouched in a corner of my layout and get an engine coming and do all the different bits and bobs whilst I've got my camera positioned in an awkward place where before I couldn't reach a controller. I'd have to get it going and then run over there to do what I need to do. Good, isn't it? Once you get the system and you plug all your bits in, so you got power into it, you have to make sure you plug the cable into the cab jack, not the booster bus. I'm guessing the booster bus goes to another booster further down, so it carries on the commands from the first one, I'm guessing. So that's something I'll probably end up getting for more track. I've got a reasonably large layout, I feel. And then you've got some wires that go to a program track, which doesn't actually run your loco. So don't be surprised when you put your loco on there and wonder, why is this not working? Well, it's not going to. It's not designed to. The whole idea of the program track is so you program your engine. So if you don't even know what the decoder is called or anything like that, because they come with a predefined number. On mine was, I believe, 88. And so I put it on, but you can go and program it. So you press the program button, basically you press enter. It's very simple. After that, it's got address written down. Well, what do I want to call it? Well, this is my J15. And at the end numbers, let's keep it in focus, is 510. So I just put 510 on it. That's something my brother told me about that he does on his, puts the last digits on there. So 510 is that loco now. And then you've got the ability to change the starting voltage, which I haven't messed around with. I guess you can, but I don't fully understand it. And there's not a lot on my decoder that talks about exactly where you should start and where the kind of, it should be. But fine. But then after that, you've got your acceleration, deceleration, and mine's on 15, and 15 is standard, and I've gone up to 20 and 20, which makes it smoother. But I got sound decoder on this one, which is really cool. I'm really pleased about that because it sounds brilliant. Even though I know the pistons, when they chime and chuff, aren't in time with, obviously, when the wheels are in the same place each time, and it's something I need to learn about how to change, because there's all the CV controls. But anyway, so you can set that, and then you can access your CVs after that. You do your top voltage, sorry, and then you get to the CVs, and the CVs are basically the parameters you can adjust. So how loud do I want my chuff to be? How loud do I want the whistle to be? You got the actions of the fireman doing his digging. So if we look on my list here, we've got the ability to adjust many things. So we can adjust how loud the whistle works. Then you've got the 3 short one, all these different ones. Wheel slip, we can adjust how loud that is. They're all on 4 is preset, so I find the whole thing's quite noisy. I'm quite impressed. I thought it might be quiet, and I'm like, oh, I can barely hear it. But as you go through, like, there's just so many different ones. Fancy whistle, fancy long whistle, whistle 2 short bursts, odd. So it's brilliant, really. There's a lot to play with. And if you go completely wrong, you can go to CV8 and then press 8 again. That resets it back to standard, back to the original address and everything, and you can start again and have a play, which is really good. But you've got all the different functions that are on it. So on the program track, you would have now put it onto the main track. You want to make some noise, so I press F1 and it starts fizzing away. You know, there's a bit of steam coming out the top. Well, it sounds like it is. For me, it is coming out. And you can release various things like the blower. You can have the safety valve blasting away, and yeah, it's really cool. You can have the brakes when you're slowing down. You press the brake button when you're pulling away with lots of coaches. You could press it so wheel slips. That's really cool. And of course, you hit your whistle to let them know we're going. So that's, I don't know, really fun. And I had a lot of fun because I got this going yesterday to kind of have a play and learn about it and get it out of the box. Obviously, that's where the footage you'll be seeing is coming from. And I was a little bit nervous and excited at the same time. I've ordered more decoders. I'm looking forward to them coming and to have a play. I've ordered a U-Choose decoder. So my brother's got them and some Lego Biffo Man systems, and they sound fantastic because they react to the EMF, so the feedback going through the system. It will start barking more, or if it relaxes off and it realizes, you know, I'm up to speed now, I'm not doing anything more, it will be kind of gently kind of going along, and you'll just hear the air going through the pistons, and it'll be really fun. And so the Hornby system, I've got more to obviously learn about it. I'm not an expert on it. I've only been looking at it for a night, but I've been looking a lot. And so it's been really fun. I put the decoder in the tender of this J15, and it was a J36 decoder. So not completely right. My brother was explaining to me where there are some differences on different things, so the functions won't be the same. But ultimately, the cylinders, when I was looking at specs on the internet, the cylinders were a little bit different, and the boiler's about the same size. And I thought, it's gonna kind of sound the same. And to be honest, I just want to hear it huffing and puffing as it's going, because it's excellent when it gets going. So once you get it on the main track, you've got your adjustable limits on here. So you've got your keypad here, 1, 9, 10, 0, then you've got F10, 11, 12, 13. And I'll be honest, I haven't figured out how to go to the higher function buttons on here. I was trying to look in the manual and I can't find it. So if one of you want to tell me how to go to function 14 on here, please let me know. But I've been using my phone for the other functions because you can do it. But I was trying to look at it so I can press 1 and 7 to get it to do that. But maybe I'm just being a little bit dumb there. But again, if one of you in the comments could tell me how to do it, if you already have one of these, let me know. But anyways, that's your functions. That will make only the noises. It won't move your engine. For moving it, you've got, quite simply, you've got a control knob. You can go up and down. Mine goes up to 28 and I come down to 0. Nice and simple. But then you've also got some up and down buttons here, so you can go up and down, nice and simple, and you can go in these really smooth steps. Again, I'm not an expert on this system. This is just me letting you know how I'm kind of finding it and learning it. There are a lot of experts that tell us about these systems, and I've watched a lot of you and you've been brilliant, but I still don't have the confidence after seeing half it, and some there's little bits missing because you already know how to do it. And I'm hoping that maybe with this video, for some of you that haven't done this before, there's a chance that I've covered it in a way that you go, do you know what, that's fine, I can get this going. So now you've programmed your loco, you've typed in what you want, so I've called it 510. You can even just press enter, skip through all of the other steps, so that'll be fine, and then you put your loco on the track. And because in the Hornby decoder it's already got loads of presets, it's all preset ready to go, you can just press go and literally just wind the knob up and off it goes. You could stop it and it will slow down slowly, and that's something you can change with you know, accelerate and deaccelerate. You can press your sounds, hear it going, hear it huffing and puffing, and you'll love it. With that, apparently you can adjust it on the track. I haven't played with that too much yet. Apparently it's alright if you've got one on the track, but if you've got others on the track, that's where you can apparently have a little bit of trouble. But that's only from things I've read, watched videos. Cheeky Tech did a really good video on this, and he's one of the people that I've been watching to understand a bit more about this. So that's been brilliant. So thank you, sir, for putting that up. You've got a red button for stop just above the control. It's quite close. So hit stop. It just stops, like when you have the analog ones, it just stops very, very quickly. So that's really cool. And that's that. If you have a loco and you wonder, well, what's its decoder address, you can put it on the program track. You go on program, you press it until you go to the bit where it says read. Click on that, it will take you to address, press read again, and it will find the address of your decoder. Once that's done, you can then type in the different CVs. So you're actually, if you wanted to find out what your acceleration and deceleration is, if you type in 3 on CV whilst you're reading it, it will tell you what you've got it already set as. So if there's a loco you like and you want to learn, actually I want my other loco that's the same to do the same thing, you can look through that, which is kind of cool. And also you can look at what the preset is, because if you don't have this Hornby manual, you'd be thinking, oh god, what's everything set as? Right, so you go through it all and you find that. So that's really, really great. The Gauge Master manual is pretty simple enough as it goes through. It explains how to get going. The important thing is program track and main track. Don't expect your loco to work on the program track. It's purely, like I've said before, for programming your loco. If it does move on there, there's a problem, I guess. It's all low power, so it's not designed for that. So when you adjust things, it doesn't mean it hasn't worked. Anyway, you put it on your main track after that, you get going, and you go and have some fun. So I've been dropping in bits of footage as I've been going along here. I hope that that's been fun for you and that you've enjoyed it. The loco's been good fun. My J15 from Hornby, it's been brilliant. This speaker inside it, I just used a sugar cube one, so I just popped that inside. I glued the little pieces. I'll put a link below where I got it from. I just bought it through eBay. I've got the U-Choose ones coming with their speaker as well on it, and I'm gonna look at getting more bits and find out more about this, because it's kind of addictive, which is cool. But anyway, that all fitted in reasonably tight, but it's in. And I've been looking at some other locos about how I'd be DCCing them, and it's, I think, going to be a little bit tricky on some of them. There doesn't seem like there's any room. Yet you look at some videos that people have put up, and there's been an incredible amount of kind of squeezing in, and you know, getting these cool little locos going. You see the N-Gauge locos with DCC. I just think that's incredible, especially if it's got sound in it as well. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. I just want to say a big thanks to my patrons who tune in and help out and give me a lot of advice on my channel, which is nice. I get messages from them. People that follow me on Instagram, I appreciate your support. That's been good fun lately. I've been doing a little bit more, sharing my locos. I've put my J15 on there, and also my other little projects that I do for future videos. They're also on my channel, on my Instagram channel. And a big thanks to my subscribers. It keeps growing. Clearly, you guys are enjoying what you're watching. I try and cover different subjects, but really just what I'm doing at the time. And with the DCC, I've been looking forward to doing this video. I hope it's helped in some way. It's a case where you just got to have a go, you know, if you want to get one. There's lots of systems out there, and if you get an opportunity, my plan was initially to go to a shop and meet some of these people. Like, you've got DCC Concepts, it would have been cool to be able to go for a trip, go visit there, take my camera, and they can show me the systems, and you can get really into it very quickly when someone's showing you how to do it. So, but it's nice to learn all by yourself. I'm supposed to be shown all the time on these things. And anyway, I hope this has been fun for you and that you've enjoyed it. And yeah, I'll see you on the next video. Bye.